Hey y'all, what's up for this mini edition of Intimacy with God?
Medition.
It is Wednesday. I don't even know what day it is, to be honest with you.
It's Wednesday. You just said it's Wednesday.
Yeah, but like, well, I don't even know what season we're in. It is cold season here in Mexico City. It feels very, very cold.
Welcome to Wednesday.
Welcome to Wednesday,
Unless
whatever day you
it's
see this.
not Wednesday for you and it's some other day, then welcome to that day.
And welcome to your day. Welcome to your day. Thanks for being here with us. Today we're going to do like a little mini edition of Intimacy with God. Getting straight to the point, helping you as practically as possible with bringing God into your relationship.
Through dogs.
Through dogs.
Through dogs. Dogs are part of God.
They've always got something to say, these dogs around here.
They do. They're very chatty.
Very chatty. There's a couple dogs that just talk to themselves all day, and I'm like, oh, okay. I do that too, so I have compassion.
They just want someone to speak to.
Yeah.
Maybe they're speaking to God.
Maybe they are. They're like, please get me out of this apartment.
Yes.
I'm sure that's what most of them are saying.
And God is doing his best.
God is doing his best. We
Yes.
trust.
Today we're speaking about Romans chapter 12, verses 4 to 11. I'm just going to get into it.
Yeah, please.
Please just do it. Oh, I just got it wrong completely. Second word, I got it wrong.
Cut.
Retake.
Here we go.
Take two.
We're normal people.
I'm going to bet on that. For just as each of us has one body with many members, and these members do not all have the same function.
Or do they? We'll get there later. We'll get there later.
So in Christ we, though many, form one body, and each member belongs to all the others. We have different gifts according to the grace given to each of us. If your gift is prophesying, then prophecy in accordance with your faith. If it is serving, then serve. If it is teaching, then teach. If it is to encourage, then give encouragement. You can do it.
Thank you.
You can
That's
do
your
it.
gift?
Sitting right there.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe.
I do not want to give.
That's your gift. If it is giving, then give generously. It's not giving. It's not giving.
It's not giving vibes.
If it is to lead, do it diligently. I thought it was cacao.
It is cacao.
Thanks for giving me some. If it is to show mercy, do it cheerfully. Love must be sincere. Hate what is evil. Cling to what is good. Be devoted to one another in love.
That's my background right now. On my phone. Oh.
It's okay.
Super devoted. I'm my devotional.
I don't even want it. Thank you. Honor one another above yourselves. Above yourselves. Not below, but above. Never be lacking in zeal, but keep... It's such a good word. I love zeal. It's such a fantastic word. But keep your spiritual fervor, serving the Lord. There it is.
There is Romans.
There they are.
There they are.
There they are. There they were.
Do you think their gift was writing? Fighting? Battling?
The Romans?
Yeah. Conquering?
Or the person that wrote this? Because I don't think it was written by the Romans.
Oh, why do they call it Romans?
Maybe it's about Romans. Maybe it's people.
Maybe it happened in Rome.
Maybe it happened in Rome. Showing our ignorance here.
Yeah.
If you know why it's called
Please let us know in
Romans,
the comments.
please let us know in the comments.
Who wrote this?
It was many people called Romans.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That's
it was a collective of
It
Romans.
was a collective.
It's a weird morning, y'all. It's a very weird morning for us.
Okay, I'm gonna break it down quickly. So,
Break it down
Break it down.
for the people.
We are one body, and this is a very tantric view.
Yeah, talk about it.
All it is we are one consciousness, just expressed through differentiated expressions. It's kind of like saying, the hand has 5 different fingers, but it's one hand. And it's the same. We are different people, but we're one consciousness. It's one dream in one dreamer.
In my class that I was in yesterday in psychedelic studies, they refer to this as a holon. Holon.
Holon.
Holons.
Okay.
Systems within systems that are thought to be independent, but are actually collective.
Right.
Like how the immune system isn't different from the digestive system. They're actually one system.
It's
So
different
it's a disservice to
systems
see them as different parts.
Yes, exactly. We like to do this as people. We like to differentiate. We like to segregate and separate things into different elements. And this is,
You think that's just our humanism? Like our just desire to compartmentalize so we understand more fully?
No, I think it's a function of our brain. It's partly what makes us what we are, our ability to differentiate between things. But we get over-identified with it. And we lose sight of the fact that we're just one body, one consciousness. As this says, we see hand and arm and leg and heart, but we forget that it's just one entity.
Yeah.
And we do that within ourselves, so it's no wonder that we do it as a species, as we do it as a collective, as a consciousness. We see ourselves as one planet, but we're part of a whole solar system, part of a whole galaxy, part of a whole universe.
Yeah, something that we were talking about yesterday in systems is like there's us, but then there's also like the environment and the ecosystem. And there's varieties of ecosystems that we are held within. And so we talked about like of relating, and in relationship that's like I have a mind and you have a mind, and together we have one mind, and it's always in relation. It's always in working relationship with one another.
I think that's exactly what this is saying. It's reminding us that it has one body with many members that don't have the same function. So in Christ, we, though many, form one body, and each member belongs to all the others. So we all have our different functions to play, just like my arm has a different function than my leg, but it's still part of me. And honoring what each part has to do. If I try and make my arm be a leg, it won't do so well.
But that's why your butt is my butt, because we're one body. So
One
when I
butt.
grab his butt, I'm like, this is my butt. This is actually my butt. I know you think that it's yours, but collectively, this is one butt.
It's the collective
It's mine.
butt. That's what happens in relationship.
Yeah,
It's one butt.
one butt.
That's what this is saying, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your member is my member.
Yes. I was wondering how long it would take to get there.
I wanted to say it a long time ago.
Yeah. We have different gifts according to the grace given to each of us. And, it lists off all the gifts there.
Yeah.
And this is just saying that if we're different parts of one collective, then each of us has a unique gift.
So don't compare. Don't compare your
No.
gifts to another person, because yours is a specific puzzle piece that fits into the mold and the fabric of everything that we're out here trying to do, y'all.
Yeah. And
Comparison kills.
it's in honoring that we get to serve God, serve the divine consciousness the best we can. It's again, tantric view, unsurprising, that when you can honor the divinity that lies within you, that has the desire to express itself uniquely through you, then you can honor your gift, your individuality, as well as honor the collective. And I feel like this is saying, be devoted to one another in love, because we are one consciousness. You are my butt, and I am your butt.
Yeah.
We are one butt with two butts.
Two juicy, delicious,
Two butts.
equal opposite butts.
Yes. Honor one another above yourself. So rather than focus on, as we like to do, the individualized self, the ego, the I, this is me,
It's all about me.
It's all about me.
I love the example that they actually used this week that was just like, when you walk into a room, instead of being like, hey, what's up? I'm here, y'all. It's like, oh, hey, there you are.
Yes.
Right? I love that example that they talked about this week.
Yeah.
Because it
That's
can be
such
like
a-
that sometimes. You walk into a room, it's like,
I've
hey,
arrived.
y'all, like,
I have arrived.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Enjoy your day. We're gonna have a great time together, right? And
It's like, oh, I have graced you with my presence. But what if it's the other way around? What if it's, oh, there you are. I've been with me the whole time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you
for being here.
Gracing me with your presence.
Yeah.
So I don't have to put myself first. And go on.
I was gonna say something that I feel like it's kind of the same, but I feel like some of this really speaks also into like polarity in relationships. So like equal opposites. So it's like where you are more introverted, for example, and I am more extroverted. Like how he doesn't even want to be here. You guys can force him. Just kidding. Or just opposites in like our gifts, right? How they could be seen as opposite under the wrong perspective, under pressure, under stress, under whatever. But then it's like really how do they actually complement each other to complete the whole picture?
Yes. How can both of your arms work together and complement one another to produce something beautiful?
Yeah. So instead of thinking about like the things that your partner doesn't make you crazy, right? It's like you can think about all the ways that those things actually support and contribute to your relationship. That's one practical example for a way that you could kind of maybe flip the script on challenge or comparison, or even if you're just kind of experiencing like difference in your relationship, it's like, well, how does that difference serve in other ways?
Yeah, and something that has been with me this morning is the idea that relationships aren't built on how you play together, they're built on how you fight. And
do your shadows play well together?
Right. Yeah. And can that be used as a compliment? Or how can that be used as a compliment?
To build each other up, right? And to like support these areas that, you know, we look at relationships as like our most intimate mirrors, especially if you live together.
Intimate.
Or if you work together, you know, it's like you're constantly exposed to a reflection of yourself. Granted, that reflection is through the lens of another person's perception, so it's still subjective, right? This isn't like, hey, this is how I see you and this is who you are. It's like there's still a subjectivity to it. Of course, I think we wish we could be more objective, but
then you get it back through your own lens, so then it's like, whose lens is it?
Super skewed. Right? And I think that's important to remember. I think that's such an important thing. It's like, okay, like how you see me is one reflection, and provided I keep in mind that you have a certain lens that you're witnessing me through, I have my own lens that I'm witnessing me through. Where within that is there some actual truth and something to really look at?
Well,
that's
love
like
that.
The golden nugget.
Yeah, because I love that, because it's like, well, I'm viewing you through my lens, but then you're viewing how I view you through your lens.
Yeah. On top of how I view myself, because I'm egotistical. That's where we get in confusion.
Right,
in fights,
and that's
I think.
and I think that really speaks into, it's not here, but in the tantric teachings, it's like, how can you reduce the ignorance and have clarity with what you're seeing? Like how, in alignment to the truth of what is, can you experience what it is that's going on, rather than through the obscurification of the mucky lens through which you view the world and through your partner.
I love where it says, like, the love must be sincere. This is something that we talk about a lot. It's like, as a couple, what do we need to do to be able to return to the tether? It's from a psychedelic trip. We had a tether that kept us grounded in some relative reality with each other.
Enough.
And yeah, it was like our whole thing. I think when we came out of that LSD ceremony was like, okay, love is hard work. Like, love is hard work. Returning to the tether of love from a place of that sincerity takes so much humility. It takes a lot of courage.
Can I reframe that slightly?
Sure.
Love isn't hard work. Love is easy, but getting to it is hard.
Getting to it is hard. Yeah. Okay, great reframe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loving is actually quite easy in general.
When you're in it, it's effortless.
Yeah.
But sometimes to get back to it, there's a lot of
these things you gotta like
need working through,
wade through and pull off and
massage out,
come together and like process and then go back and integrate. And
I think this is so important when it says never be lacking in zeal. Zeal is enthusiasm. Like, do it enthusiastically, and keep your spiritual fervor serving the Lord. Like, it is hard. It can be really challenging to continue choosing that path, even though it's full of roadblocks and challenge and obstacles along the way.
Isn't that the real intimacy? Right?
Yeah.
That's the intimacy. Like you could have like cosmic, crazy, wild sex, and there's an intimacy to that. And then there's an intimacy that's like, how do we move through challenge together?
And the way to do it is with enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm. Really, but I like that, like the keep your spiritual fervor serving the Lord. Like by me serving you, I'm serving the Lord. I'm serving God through you. And you're serving God through me. You know? So it's like if my barometer is love, and I'm always wanting to bring us back into a place of love, then I need to take myself out of it, and I need to go from the perspective of, again, like, what can I do for you? How can I serve you right now so you can return to the godliness within you, trusting yourself, trusting in God, trusting in the process.
And I think it ties into what you said earlier. It's entering and going, there you are.
Yeah.
If you can do that, it's like, no, I know you're in there. It's like,
Yeah.
there you are.
Yeah. It's not about me.
Yeah.
I love what Pastor was talking about. He was talking about the other pastor getting in his face, and he was talking about like, hey, let's go low, go low. He was like, yeah, we'll go low, you know. And there's already arrogance in that he was like, I'm low, bro. It's like he's like, I'm a seasoned pastor. You're not low.
There's a reason I'm saying this to you.
And it's an opportunity to like check ourselves. And so I say this in this moment that's like, which person are you? Are you the person that shows up in the room and is just like, hey, everybody, what's up? You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Here's some radiance for you. Or are you the person that walks into a room that's like, who can I help today? Who can I serve today? Because I'm here as an instrument for you. I'm not here as an instrument for myself. I put myself off the pedestal.
It's I looked up further because I wanted an actual definition. An intense and passionate feeling. Do it passionately. Do it enthusiastically and passionately with intense feeling. I love that.
I love you.
And it is. It's putting. How can? Love you.
Too much for
you. It's not about me. It's about you.
I love you.
But
I love you, man.
It's like saying your hand isn't doing that thing for its own sake. It's doing it for you.
Yeah.
And how can it? How can it be the same? It's like I'm here as an instrument of God.
Yeah.
How can I, as an instrument of God, be of service to you to get back to that love, that get back to you, that there you are. That is my gift, to be of service to, it's all of our gift. It's okay. Yes, we have our own needs, and how can we put those aside sometimes to be of service to the people around us? Because if we are one consciousness, which, we are, then if you succeed, I succeed. And if you hurt, I hurt.
Yeah.
Because we are, like you said, always in relation to one another. We are one system, or systems on systems, next to systems in systems.
In a collective system.
Right. It's like saying, well, this is, is alcoholics. Oh, fuck my liver. I'm just going to drink it into oblivion. The rest of your body suffers as a result, right?
I think they know that. They must know that.
But
the pain and the burden is like so intense and so deep.
I'm just going to destroy my liver.
Yeah.
And
it's a slow death.
Yeah. But it's the same. It's like, I'm in relationship as well. It's like, well, screw you. I'm just going to look after myself. It's like, well, you're in relation. If they hurt, you're going to hurt.
Yeah. And what if that is like a reaction and a projection? I think there's like nuances to this. It's like there's definitely layers. It's like, what is the thing or are the things that have taken us out of being able to love? Okay, what is our work? What is our independent work? How do we create space to do all of that while trusting that we're doing it not to serve ourselves, but to serve us as a unit?
Yeah. To serve that which is beyond the individual self. And in a partnership, it's the dynamic.
Yeah.
In community, it's the group.
Right.
In society, it's the population.
Yeah.
And in the
The
grand scheme,
institutions.
it's the one consciousness. It's God. It's all of it. It's the dreamer.
That's what I was talking about in an email I sent out to my ladies the other day. Was like,
Hey, ladies.
what's up, ladies and body thing? Where it's like just this coming back to this realization that's like when we do the inner work to heal ourselves, there is an inevitable ripple effect.
Yeah.
Because it's not just us. I think that society has really pegged us on hyper individualization when it's
Damn
like
that pegging.
oh, it's terrible sometimes. Where it's like there is an innate ripple effect, and so when I change, you inevitably change, and the people that are in our closest proximity inevitably feel the ripple. They feel the energetic shift, and so it was like kind of like, what kind of ripple do we want to be? What kind of energy do we want to cast out into the world? Do we want to cast out one of negativity and complaints and gossip, or do we want to cast one of like love and connection and compassion?
I think maybe that's part of the takeaway I want to offer is in your partnership, recognize when you are in that negative space, or invite your partner to call it out. How else? Do you have any other practical tips and tools for being able to do this, to being able to put other ahead of self?
Sometimes it can be like a simple thing for me is like, I mean, I have this on my phone, right? Or if there's like a sticky note, that just something that when you see it, it reminds you, it's like, oh, this isn't about me. I might be hurting, I might be experiencing hurt, and this isn't all about me. So it kind of just like, it creates space for like self-love and energy, but also just tuning in that's like, my partner might also be hurting. And so knowing that, how can I come back to like devotion for what it is that we have agreed upon, what we have signed up for in our union?
How can I be of service to them? I mean,
knowing that it's going to serve
right,
also.
I was going to say, in a weird way,
I'm going to serve you so I can serve myself.
In a weird way, it's kind of self-involved. It's a little bit selfish, but it's selflessly selfish. It's the paradoxical nature of the reality that we live in. It's, I'm being of service to you because I know in return it'll be of service to me, but it's not me I'm putting first.
And I'm not doing it with the intention of serving myself.
Right. Yes, I think that's the
doing it with
distinction.
the intention of serving us.
Yes.
Serving the people.
Yeah. So how can you put your partner ahead of you? And maybe like, oh, fuck, I do this all the time. I always put them first and I don't get it back. So, okay, well then bring that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't be a martyr. I think that's also an interesting, like that's an important part.
Yeah.
It's not saying to be a martyr. That's unhealthy. The balance.
It's not even about sacrificing yourself to the other person so much as I feel like, Christianity would tell you it's about sacrificing your life to the Lord, and trusting in the guidance and the direction that you're being given, and being able to tune in, do that internal tune. It's like, where am I coming from? Am I coming from a place of self-serving? Am I coming from a place of evil? Am I coming from a place of hate? Or am I coming from a place of love? Because I notice in my own life that when I choose to think about it that way, it's like, what's the most loving thing I could do right now for myself, for my partner? It totally shifts the energy of what I'm feeling, and I want to show up in service. It's like, okay, yes, I am hurting, but also like, what can I do to support you? Because I recognize that you are hurting also.
So how do we support our martyrdomous people?
Like the people pleasers out there?
The people who will self-sacrifice and always put someone else ahead of them and not have that acknowledged or reciprocated, and they end up suffering for it as a result. I've been in that space where I've completely sacrificed myself to my detriment.
Right.
And that's not served me, the person, or the relationship. So I guess there's a discernment piece in there.
What would you have needed? What did you need instead?
Maybe better communication, and I guess boundaries. So I want to be of service to you, and I recognize that in doing so, it's actually being a disservice to you. So it's not that I don't care, but I'm going to draw this line because beyond this line, it hurts me.
Right. Yeah.
And I can't help you if I'm in hurt. So this is my tolerance, this is my threshold, and I'm not going beyond that because that's best for me, and I would love for you to respect that and know that it's not because it's a lack of love, it's because it's the best way to serve you.
It is love, really.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
that's a difficult conversation to have. It's a difficult conversation to receive.
Can be.
Yeah.
Definitely can be.
Especially if you're caught in your own story. It's like, but I need this. It's like, okay, I hear that. And if I give you that, this is what I have to I sacrifice.
Yeah.
And then the burden then shifts onto you. It's like,
Right. Sometimes it's beneficial, I think, to talk about like the cost
yeah.
of what it is.
Yeah.
You know, what I was thinking of when you were asking me that question is like, the word codependency came up. It's like noticing, like, am I dependent upon you to make me feel better? And tuning into that. That's like, if we're both hurting, and I'm just going to keep using the same example. It's like, if we're both hurting and I know that I'm hurting and I want to be of service to you and to our relationship, then I can still show up in service to you, and I can say, what can I do for you? How can I serve you? Is there something that I can do for you? And if I'm also having my own experience, I need to be able to tune in to myself and go, what do I need to do for myself?
Yeah.
So I can, as often as possible, with as much ease as possible, return back to this place of love and the ability to serve. Because if I'm a martyr and I'm putting anybody above me on a pedestal and I'm sacrificing my health, my wealth, all these things that are really important to me, and I'm not taking care of myself, and I'm going,
Right.
oh, I'll just take care of myself after you're taken care of,
Right.
or oh, I'll take care of you so that then you can take care of me. That doesn't serve anybody.
My brain has gone here, and let's put it this way. I am agreeing, and I want to support with this analogy. It's like saying, I want to give you a massage, but I have zero energy right now. So I need to eat first, because otherwise the massage I give you is going to suck.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like 20.
And you're going to be disappointed.
Right. So I'm gonna nourish myself first so that I can best be of service to you. It's not that I don't care about you or that I'm being selfish. It's that in order to support you the way that I want to, in the way that you deserve, in the way that you're needing, this needs to happen first. Yeah.
It's an ownership of one's own needs. And again, it's not putting it on a pedestal. It's not putting it on a comparison of importance.
Yeah.
It's just like, I love looking at this from the way of like, this is what's available to me right now. I could massage you right now. It wouldn't be a great massage. I would suffer. Ultimately, you would suffer. But if you can give me 20 minutes and I can eat, then I'll feel refreshed, and then I can focus, and I can actually be present and give you like an amazing massage.
But you don't love me enough to massage me now.
I want now.
I really need it now. Why can't? And this is the story that people get caught up in. It's like my needs. But
Yeah, you don't care about my needs.
yeah, but zoom out and see how it can complement.
I think that's the biggest piece, is being able to actually zoom out and like kind of take yourself out of the bubble for a second.
That's what this is saying.
And reflect on you as an entity, your partner as an entity. What's actually being said? What's actually being said in that moment? I think that's so important, because it's so easy to just skew that.
Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourself. Take yourself out of it and serve the Lord. Serve the greater good.
Yeah.
Serve the greater entity.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's where we're at, y'all.
That was a very elongated, quick intimacy with God.
Not so quick.
Yeah. The word went through us.
Yeah, there's a lot to say there, I think.
So thank you for joining us, and enjoy zooming out with zeal and fervor in your week.
Have an amazing week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.